What's going on, everyone? I hope you guys all had a fantastic weekend. So it is Sunday. This is when I like to get a lot of my charting done going into the week's session. With that being said, obviously we're going to take a look at a stock that a lot of us, either at one point in time traded this thing, at one point in time held this thing, or are still continuing to hold. But we all know about Fubo. This stock has been absolutely obliterated over the last year to year and a half since coming off those all-time highs. I get it. Times have been tough, especially for a lot of high speculation names, especially for a lot of these high growth stocks, and especially for a lot of the small cap market. But with that being said, we did finally get a change in trend in Fubo. Now, could this be the start of kind of a rounding out, bottoming out process where we start to actually work our way higher? It's entirely possible. The market did have a 20% increase off those quarter two results from earnings. So if we kind of look at the daily time frame here in the daily chart, we can see that we've been trading below this red line, which is a 50-day moving average, for quite some time. Obviously, I don't need to go all the way back. We know the whole history and the story of where the fall from grace has happened from. But what I kind of want to point out, something that started to happen here, right in this area around last earnings, right? If we look at the gap down from last earnings here, going back just a few months ago here, we can see a little bit something different, right? If you just kind of use your eyes visually, right? Disregard everything else on my chart here, and let's just visually use our eyes here. Is this a decline, or is the market going flat? Is this a decline, or is the market going higher? This is a clear decline. Is this a nice dead cat rally here underneath the 50-day moving average? Yes. Is this another decline? Yes. Is this another decline? Yes. But what do I notice here right around this last earnings call? Okay, Q1 earnings here, I notice we are not getting any more sharp declines. What we are actually getting now is a floor. Okay, if we kind of look at the price action for the last 2.5 months here, we can see lows being somewhere in that low $2 range, mid $2 range, and highs obviously being coming from Friday here at around that mid $3 range. This is exactly what you want to see when a stock is going to do one of two things. When a stock is either going to find a new home, meaning it's going to find a new trading range, okay, and that trading range could be, okay, and this is entirely possible. And again, I'm not a bull nor a bear on the company as a whole. I'm just a trader slash swing trader slash try to give out technical analysis help for some of those longer term investors. But what we could be seeing here is a nice floor being built between $2 and, let's say, a stock price between $5 and $6. Maybe for the next 12 months, that's the new trading range. Or, right, and this is a big or, and this is a big if, we could starting to see a rounding out process here that is now going to call this the low, find the $2.32 area as our new low, and start working and climbing our way back higher. This is a fantastic breakout here. You can see that this is the first time where we've really gotten above the 50-day moving average here in over a year's time. This is extremely bullish. Does this mean that the stock is not going to retest maybe $2.50, $2.80? No. But what it means is that if we do break out over this 50-day moving average, which you did, and now back test successfully, right? This can scream from here. But what I'm saying is, if we do come down, maybe let's call it the $3 range. If we come down into that $3 range, consolidate, break, retest, bounce, we are looking at better days ahead for Fubo. So what I am looking at here, the next price target is going to be $4. Okay, I'm going to go one step at a time. I will continue to make these update videos along as things start to change, but the next price level that we are looking at to try to target is going to be $4. So definitely, if you've averaged up anything below $3.25, $3, $2.40, $2.50. If you have price of your shares commons in this range here off this floor, this is a hold. Okay, this remains a hold unless Fubo starts to lose that $2 and around 60 cent, $2.50 area. Okay, now obviously if your average price is $10 or $12 and you've tried to average down and maybe you've got that to like $8 or $7, it's just a continued hold here. For you, you're not going to really want to average down anymore unless you have significant buying power to kind of bootstrap that down from, like, let's say $8 to maybe $5 or $6, right? maybe then we're talking there. But if you've barely started averaging in or buying into the stock, let's call it between $6 and around $2, and your average is somewhere in between that, I would just say hold right now. That would be my personal opinion, what I would do if I was holding this particular stock. Now, again, I am not a financial advisor. I am a swing trader and I am an options day trader. However, one thing that I do know for a fact is technical analysis. One thing that I know over all of these other YouTubers who are in the space, I'm talking about all the people who are promoting, anything that was high growth, the SoFi holders, the AMC holders, the Corsair gaming holders, the Tattooed Chef holders, the PLTR holders, the Fubo holders. One thing that I am different from all the rest of the financial YouTubers who are just like, buy and hold, pray, buy and hold and pray. This looks good. This looks good. Buy and hold and pray, is I would have told everyone as soon as these stocks started to lose a 50-day moving average to start cutting your losses, right? You seriously need to think about, even if this is a 3 to 5 year hold, cut the losses because you can always get back in. Okay. Now, the difference between myself and maybe someone else is saying, yeah, you just got to have to, continue to average down, continue to average down. I'm just going to give a general example. Someone on a stock like, for example, Fubo, right? Someone here could have gotten out of this play at around $28 to $30, right? $30 to around $27, let's call it that. Someone could have essentially got out. And if we kind of look at that, why would we have gotten out there? This is the first weekly close below the 50-day moving average. Now imagine if your average price was, let's say, I don't know, 24 bucks, and let's say you got out at around $28, or maybe you waited for that week to close and you got out at around $24, maybe you would have broken even on the trade. Now, even though you had a 3 to 5 year outlook on the particular stock, you would be telling yourself, man, I sold too early. I should just hold and hold and hold. But lo and behold, did you ever expect the stock to come to $2? I don't believe that anyone thought the stock was going to go to $2. If your average price is between, let's say, 18 and let's say $30, did you really think that stock, even on a pullback, was going to go to $2? The idea is always there, but did you really think that? No. So the difference between having someone who understands technical analysis versus someone who just understands kind of like fundamental analysis, where they're just looking at, earnings reports, and they're looking at balance sheets, and they're looking at cash flow on hand, all that stuff is great. Don't get me wrong. That stuff is definitely need to know. Like if Fubo is going to go bankrupt in 6 months, we want to know that kind of stuff according to the balance sheet and the numbers and the sales and the subscriptions and all that, of course. But what I'm saying is that you can also protect your assets and your liability and your risk if you understand a little bit of technical analysis as well, right? If you would have gotten out of this play underneath the 50-day moving average and just told yourself, let me wait for some better days to come. I'll either rebuy this when we reclaim the 50-day moving average to take out the new highs here, which we never did, means that you would have never gotten into the stock. Or if you still believe in the stock and like the stock, you could have essentially said, hey, you know what? We do have a bottom and rounding out process here. If you kind of look here, going back just about 2.5 months here, we do have a flattening curve here. We do look like we can start to push higher. This does look like a new trend change. You could essentially take all of your capital now and invest here with very, very minimal risk, because your maximum pain is going to be $2.32. So if you buy here at $3.50 and you're giving yourself $1 risk, it's a heck of a lot better than having an average price at $24, where you've essentially risked $22 a share. That's a completely different ballgame. It's a completely different risk factor. So with that being said, what are we looking at going forward? You can see here we ran right into this Bollinger Band at around $3.70. What I am looking for here is that next area of supply around $4 and $4.50, which is a 20-day moving average here on a weekly time frame. So between $4 and $4.50, that's the next price that we're targeting. And I will say this, if the small cap speculation market does come back and come back strong and come back alive, where we do get these big time investors funneling back into these stocks that have been used and abused for the past year, you could definitely see a fast run up over $4.63 into a price of $6.50 and even $10.50 on a stock like Fubo in a matter of weeks. Now, I'm not saying weeks from today, but what I'm saying is weeks from when we do close over that 20-day moving average on a weekly time frame, which at the current date and time at August the 7th sits at a price of $4.63. Guys, that's what I would be looking for on a stock like Fubo. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you guys are holding or investing any other particular stocks that have been beaten up and beaten down over the last 12 months, and you guys would like me to do some technical analysis on those stocks, be sure to leave that ticker symbol down in the comment section below. I would highly appreciate it. Make sure to join my Discord, guys. That link is also down in the description box below. And if you guys have any questions, you guys could always reach out to me anytime on my Discord. Just private message me and I'll always get back to you guys. Until next time, I'll see everyone on the next one.